Welcome to Heard It on the X, the East Coast's premier music talk show. Brought to you by Rich's Music Exchange in Hamburg, New York, and online at richesmusicexchange.com. Sponsored by music industry leaders Regal Tip, Ernie Ball, Ampeg, and Mackie. And now, your hosts, Rich Rogenmoser and co-host, The Doctor.
Hi, folks. Welcome down to the East Coast premier music talk show. Heard It on the X. Often imitated, never duplicated. I have to admit, I didn't prepare a show for today because I thought for sure the world was going to end.
Wait.
Listen to a little Blondie.
The world was supposed to end?
Yes, a little rapture was supposed to happen.
Oh, I heard about that. Oh, I thought there were raptors coming, like Jurassic Park raptors.
No, see, you misunderstood it too. I actually thought, I dug out all my old Blondie albums. I thought we were going to be listening to them at 6 p.m. last evening. Lo and behold, joke was on me.
See, I was scared.
There was no Blondie party.
I watched the whole Jurassic Park trilogy just preparing how to deal with raptors. I didn't know that it was a rapture.
Rapture.
Okay. Next
Rapture.
time, can you text me that? Because
I will, but really the spelling would probably...
No, I was scared. It sort of screwed me up because I just emptied all my bank accounts. I committed a lot of crimes yesterday.
I spent all
I assumed that I wasn't going to have to, deal with any sort of...
I didn't go grocery shopping. I washed no laundry. I haven't showered.
Yeah, you haven't showered in a week.
Yeah, well, I figured what the heck. It's ending. I didn't pay my mortgage. I'm in a lot of trouble today.
Yeah, we are both we might not have a show next week because we're both in trouble.
You aren't kidding, pal. The electric bill's not paid at the store. I don't know what I'm going to do. Welcome down to Heard on the X. Welcome down, Joshua. This is going to be a great show, and I want to talk about this Harold Camping fella in a second. Today's show is going to be great. In a little while, we're going to be joined by Tim Reynolds. Those of you who don't know who Tim Reynolds is, he was running for Congress, wasn't he?
Was he?
I'm not 100% sure. Who is Tim Reynolds?
Tim Reynolds, of course, the guitar player in Dave Matthews Band, also has his own band, TR3, longtime collaborator with Dave Matthews, the acoustic stuff, his solo stuff. But he's going to be joining us in just a little bit.
He's a brilliant musician, a
Great
brilliant guitar player.
And, a multi-instrumentalist. Anything he plays, he's just...
And I was thinking about this today, and this might be a bold statement that I'm about to make, but I'm going to make it anyways.
Okay.
I believe, at the current time, the most important American band out there is the Dave Matthews Band, honestly.
Wow.
I really do.
All the crap that you give me.
I know. Well, I mean,
for being, all the listeners probably know.
Well, I think the gifts. I mean, you're not talking about the gifts I give you.
No,
you're talking about actually the trouble that
for me, yeah, you like to mess with me for my dedication.
No more gifts for you,
and fanship of the Dave Matthews Band. You like to edge me on and make fun of me and stuff. But it's very good to hear you say that.
I think the most important American rock and roll band, in my opinion, was at one time Aerosmith, because I think that England's given us a lot of great rock and roll bands. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Cream and Zeppelin and, bands like that, the Beatles, of course, the Stones. The only thing that we really had to offer in that genre was Aerosmith. In the last 20 years, can you name an American band that's longevity-wise, talent-wise, more important in the musical landscape-wise? Can you name?
Well, I've been saying this for the past 20 years, but I thought I was just on my own soapbox. But yeah, no, bands have come and go. Pearl Jam had its time. There's been bands where, they've had their time, and, Pearl Jam's been around. They haven't always been as relevant and, in the mainstream. But for the past 20 years, it seems like Dave Matthews Band just hasn't gone away.
That's right. And Tim will be playing at our good friends Club Infinity's Club.
Yes.
Saturday the 28th, and tickets are on sale now. And I want to remind everybody now, because show producer reminds me of this all the time, and I always forget everything she says once we go to air.
I don't listen to her, so I don't have to worry.
I want to thank our sponsors of the show, and I want to thank them for always being supporters of ours. Mackie, Ampeg, Regal Tip, and Ernie Ball. They bring you this show along with Rich's Music Exchange and richesmusicexchange.com, and I want to thank everybody for that. Now, I want to shift gears quickly before we bring Tim on, and I want to talk about one of the things that might make the Dave Matthews Band being the last. That's a 30-year-old band, right?
20. They're celebrating their 20-year-old
band
this year.
Okay, part of the reason why they might be one of the most important bands left is because really nobody else has come along of note. My question is there really a dumbing down of America? Not pertaining to Dave Matthews, obviously, but pertaining to the whole thing. This Harold Camping. Let me tell you a little history on Harold Camping, who is the preacher who decided that the world was going to end because he's got some mathematical equation where he can figure stuff out from the Bible, just like everyone else. I think he's a modern day Nostradamus.
Is he?
I believe so.
See, I've been working on my own math equation to figure out when the McRib's coming back. But
Well, you'd probably be more accurate than Harold here. You know, Harold's got a $120 million empire.
really?
And he owns 160 radio stations in 49 different countries, the family radio station, preaching his nonsense. There's quite a few people who today woke up and had spent all their money on billboards forwarding this moron's cause. Billboards in Times Square, billboards on the thruway, and Lynn Benedetto woke up this morning incarcerated. Do you know why?
I don't know who Lynn Benedetto is.
Well, let me introduce you to her.
Okay.
Okay, because she's a swell
I was going to
person.
say, she sounds sweet. She sounds like someone that she would just be baking cookies.
Yeah, maybe. She lived in Antelope Valley, California, and
Oh,
she's probably going to be
beautiful
spending
town.
a lot of time in prison because she cut the wrists and the throats of her two daughters in anticipation of this rapture coming.
Wow.
So,
Not bad.
yeah. Have we become this stupid? Have we seriously become this stupid? And let me present my facts to you on the stupidity and dumbing down of America.
Okay.
Jersey Shores is a #1 show. Okay, there's fact number one. Listen to the music that's being produced now. So our arts are reflecting the stupidity. Try to get an order right at a drive-through. Go to any drive-through. I dare anybody.
I was just at Taco Bell. They got it right.
How'd they do? They do okay?
They did all right. They gave me one less hot sauce packet than
What
the
is
taco that I ordered. That's
Let me ask you a question. You're a drive-through connoisseur.
I am.
I mean, you
I've been-
basically live in a drive-through.
I do.
So what are the odds that you're going to get your meal right when you go through a drive-through? I mean, say you go 10 times, are you going to get?
It's
50%?
usually it's a 50% chance.
50%. So
It's
that's
not always something terribly wrong. Like I said today, they just apparently couldn't count that I had 3 tacos and they gave me 2 hot sauce packets. How's that going to work for me?
Well, wait
All
a
right?
minute. And this just happened to you at Taco Bell.
Yes.
So
And they don't even have real meat.
So what you're telling me is they didn't get your order right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying
But
is,
I consider that a win. I consider that it's only 1 hot sauce packet less. That's a win for me.
we've accepted nonsense and
justice.
garbage as being acceptable. That's the problem. That's the problem. And we've accepted it in music. Obviously, we've accepted it in religion. I don't know what this guy's motivation is, and if he really thinks he's doing justice, to his followers or to the people out there, or supposedly he lives a very humble life. I mean, in fairness to Mr. Camping, he supposedly lives a very humble life. He doesn't have an elaborate house, elaborate cars, things like that. So I don't know what
He was probably ready for the rapture too.
he might just be a lunatic. I mean, honestly, but stop believing this stuff. Stop believing this stuff. And I'm not sure the status of Miss Benedetto's daughters. I don't know if they're alive or not. But either way, pretty traumatic experience if they are alive.
Yeah. Hey, Mom tried to cut our wrists. That's not cool.
Do you remember when we were younger and Mom tried to cut our wrists?
That was silly. That was crazy. Mom is crazy.
That was the crazy
I
day.
can't wait to see her on Christmas.
So what is your take on it? I mean, what do you think, dude? I mean,
I didn't even consider this worth a grain of salt when I heard this guy said the world was going to end.
oh, he also predicted in
Mathematical.
'94 this is going to happen too. So
Oh, did he?
he's really, if he's betting on a horse, bet against it.
Yeah. No, I didn't consider this worth a grain of salt. As you saw me yesterday, you know where I was at 6 p.m.? I was watching TV in my bed. You stopped.
did see you, yeah, that's right.
Yes, you stopped over. I was just watching TV. I didn't care.
I just think that these, I don't think you do a big service to people. I don't know how people get wrapped up in this. I mean, are people really that lost?
Apparently, I didn't even think. I took this as a joke from the beginning. I figure if it's going to end, whatever.
The other
I
thing,
had
too,
enough
is
fun.
whatever your religious affiliation is, do you think that the whole thing is designed just for an end game? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in other words, the whole idea is just to really get you wrapped up in the end? I don't believe so. I think that you're put on the planet to live a life, live a good life, help some people out, have some fun, crank some tunes like Joe Dirt.
Yeah, he was just about cranking tunes And, you know, life was a garden, and he dug it.
That's right, exactly.
That's all he did.
I don't think that...
Favorite bands? Bob Seger, Leonard Skinner, Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
Okay, Joe. Take it easy. I was just proving a point.
You know, I feel like Joe Dirt when I come in this radio studio.
I look like Joe Dirt because, like I say, I was anticipating nothing. Now I have to call all my creditors and explain why I didn't pay anything.
You are going to be sleeping in a basement somewhere, just like Joe Dirt.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be no power at my house. There's definitely no food. Nothing. There's nothing to eat.
Well, now you can start from the beginning and you can build your self-esteem back.
I was doing some research on Harold. This is kind of funny, just a side note.
Does he have a purple crayon?
I don't believe so. Okay. No, and I don't even know what that reference is to. So
Marie got it. Marie got it.
I'm just going to leave that alone. Harold, they went to his house. News sources obviously went to his house like at 6:01 to see what's going on, and they think he hightailed it to either Hawaii or Colorado, which I think is where he's from. So he's not even hanging out at home right now.
I wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
He kind of, you know, Lynn Benedetto is cutting people's wrists.
I know. Yeah. I mean, and really, honestly, I don't know. I don't know about this. I think that I think it's a sad story, and I think it's sad that you can't get an order ready to drive through. I think it's pretty sad what they're putting on as entertainment right now, and I think it's sad that people like this can make these claims and get so many people hopped up into it. And it's going to be very interesting when the Monday news comes on telling us how many people lost all their money, spent all their money, whatever the case may be. You know, lost their freedom, as in this case. Maybe people lost their lives.
It went crazy. I kind of wanted to see something crazy happen at 6. Like, not the end of the world, but just a bunch of crazy people in Times Square, you know, just going nuts, maybe like a flash mob or something. You know, people just trying to go out on top.
We're from Buffalo. I mean...
Are we?
The apocalypse can't look much worse than some of the, you know, neighborhoods in Buffalo, I think.
I feel like if it were going to end, no matter what religion you are, I find it hard to believe that it would be, you know, 6 o'clock standard Eastern time in America, or whatever time it was.
Eastern Standard, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, he kind of wasn't from New York City.
Jesus wasn't from New York?
No,
all these things I'm finding them out now.
He couldn't wear sandals.
My belief system
he couldn't wear his sandals in New York. He kept getting his toes stepped on. He had to move over. Yep, across the seas.
I think he was from New York.
We'll Wikipedia it. I'm not sure.
I'm 100% sure if the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse came to Buffalo, they would turn and leave. I'm pretty sure of that.
Because they thought someone already got here.
Yeah, they'd be like, wow, we already been here. We better just move on. Let's go to Rochester. See what's going on there. We're going to take a commercial break. On the other side of the break, we're going to be joined by Tim Reynolds. Go to xshow.co if you want to live chat with us and ask Tim a question, and we'll definitely forward the question over to him. Stick around, folks. Heard it on the X.